Friends, Cheryl here with Ink Pulp, and I am back with day 10 of the Junk Journal January challenge. So you can see I've got lots of stuff out here on my desk because today's prompt is layered. So we're going to put layers upon layers upon layers, and I don't even have everything out that I'm going to use. So sit back, we're going to have fun, and if you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate you coming back and spending time with me. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I hope you'll like what you see and decide to subscribe and come back and see me again. So without further ado, let's jump in. And my first layer is going to be a stencil layer. And I'm going to do gray on this. I can't remember what this is called. Is this one? This isn't quarter foil. I don't think it could be. But I like this stencil. I've used it a lot before. So we're just going to put a light gray background on there. Now this is one of the tenets of mixed media, is that you put down layers. Boy, this is really having a hard time coming out of here. You put down lots of layers, and a lot of times your lower layers actually get covered up, and you don't end up seeing them in the final project. So that could be the case here. I actually don't know. I don't have a plan today. I usually come into these with a plan, and I've kind of laid it all out, so I don't have to do too much thinking on camera. But today, I don't really have a plan per se. I just know some of the things that I would like to use. And so, this just does not want to ink up my ink pad. It's called Dove Gray, and I think it's getting kind of dry because it's not stenciling super good, but that's okay. We'll get it. Try to line it back up here. So I can get some more down. This is a tough stencil. I don't think I've ever had this much challenge with a stencil before. Let me get some just right down here at the bottom, and then we'll call this good. We'll move on to the next layer. All right, good enough. So there's that. Now I have this other stencil that I want to put bits and pieces of. And for this one, let's see, what color do I want to? I have old paper here, and I might try some old paper. Hang on, I need to get a makeup sponge to do this one. Yeah, some of these pads are kind of dry. And I'm not going to put down the whole thing, just bits and pieces of it. There we go. That's kind of what I had in mind. Just some parts of this flower. This is a little brass stencil. I don't remember where I got it, but there we go. I think when you get just all these layers, it just makes it so interesting. There's a little bit there, and I want to put just a little bit up there and a little in the middle. There we go. Okay, there's that stencil. And then, so we've got a couple stencils on there. I want to do some stamping. And I'm going to do the stamping with my vintage photo. I'll put just a little bit of this text down here. There we go, there's that one. And then I've got this one that is a postage stamp, and it has Paris on it. So one of the things I learned by watching other people, because I used to stamp, and it was like I'd try to stamp individually over the whole thing, and it just didn't look right. And so I started really paying attention to how other crafters did their stamping. And I found that they were kind of clustering their stamps together. And so I started doing that, and it just works so much better. I pulled out a bunch of stuff. I have a clock here, and I'm not going to use that one though. And so once I started clustering, I started liking my stamping a whole lot better. Alright, so there's some stamping. You know what? I am going to put a few of these clocks on there because I like them. There. Alright, so cover this back up. So there's my background. It's coming along nicely. I actually really like that. I really like that. And then it's got the grid pattern behind it, so that's a little bit of extra texture. Alright, do I need to do anything else with ink? I was thinking that I might take like some of this antique linen. There we go. And just put some extra color on the paper in terms of some just little splotches. Alright. There. I think that's enough. So there's lots of layers of stamping, and it's got a little bit over here. We'll have to take care of that in the next one. Alright, I'm liking it. So the next layer I want to put down is some paper. And for this, I want to be a little bit strategic about it. We may want one piece there. May want a piece down here, just in a few places. I don't want too much. I just want a little bit of I want that because that one's too far across, much like this one here, and I just don't. Okay, maybe I'll just put the two pieces of paper on for now. Then always add more later. Now my question is, do I ink them up? And I think I will. And so this is all just, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, putting something down, and it may look horrible by the time I get it done. It may look all cluttered and horrible. I hope not, but you just never know. Because I do art every day now, just about every day of the week, I'm getting better at just being able to pull things out of, scraps off my table, and I have tons of scraps on my table. I'm able to just pull stuff off and make something out of it. Let me just get... There we go. All right, let's put these down. I'm really liking that background. And you see I'm covering up a lot of what I originally put down, but I learned when I did mixed media that I need not be afraid of covering up previous layers, because that's just the way it goes. All right, so there's those layers. Now I need to have some focal point layers. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nope, don't like that. I do see something that I do like. I like this for the neutral. That could be a layer. I like that a lot, actually. Ooh. I have a bunch of, these are a bunch of little envelopes that I made. That's for another project, another day. So let's ink this up, and I may put some fabric behind that, or some lace. All right. Let's see if we put that there. Nope, I like it over here. Then I've got to find a piece of fabric that I can scrunch underneath that flower, but this might be too bright compared to the colors that are already there. Yeah, I don't like that. What about another piece of this? I keep going back to this fabric, but I really love it. And it ties in with the cover because it's the same fabric that I used on the cover. Probably don't need it that tall. What am I going to do when this piece is all gone? I know this is not a vintage fabric. I got it at like Joann's or something. Alright, so there we go. There is that. So that's a layer of fabric. And then I have this that I thought maybe I would put down the side as a layer there. Now I need something with some bold color. To put down as a layer. And I think what I'm going to do on this little piece is I'm just going to go around it real quick with a just a straight stitch, just to give it a little bit of character. And let you know, make it stand out that that's a piece of fabric there. Alrighty. Here we go. And so we've got this extra layer of stitching, another little layer of thread there. And then, believe it or not, this is not the focal point. So I need to find something to go right down here to serve as the focal. And I may not want to keep this tall. Let me... Well, we haven't put any stickers on yet. How about a sticker? Looking for something that's a little more vibrant in color. These are all kind of muted because they're washi stickers. That one's too big. Yep, those aren't quite right. Let's see what else I might have up here. We could put this down here and put a beautiful butterfly up here. Let's see about that. See if we have this here, and then a really pretty butterfly. I think we could put a pink one up there. And a smaller pink one down here, and our butterflies could be our focals. I'm not liking this the more I'm looking at this. It's not really sitting well with me. I don't know if I want to use that. Let's see what else I might have in here. Not thrilled with that one. Too bright. So this is the audition game where we just audition different pieces. Maybe I just put a big mushroom down here. Or nope. Let's see if I have a big mushroom that will work here. Let's put this. Here's the mushrooms. What if we took just a pretty big one out of here? I know there are some in here because I had one out just a minute ago. This one. See, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure that that is colorful enough, that it would stand out. So I've got some birds and I've got some more paper cut flowers. Let me do a little bit of rummaging. I'm going to put you guys on pause for a minute and I'm going to do a little bit of rummaging and I will be back. Right, I am back. So here's what I found. I found a piece of cheesecloth that I really, really like. So I thought we could put that down and then our sewn fabric over the top of that. And then we have this nice big bright flower here. And that gives us lots of layers. And I'm just going to put some glue down right in the middle here. I'm not going to tack it down all the way. I can always tack down some more later. And then I had this over to the side. So we have lots of, I was watching a video that Marguerite Miller put out about neutrals, something she just put out the other day. And she was saying that, you know, if you stick to kind of like all neutrals, then when you, she called it the hero image, I call it the focal, but she called it the hero image, that when you put down the hero, it will really stand out, you know, if it has color to it, because it's against the backdrop of all those neutrals, and how much more your, what she called hero image, will stand out. And I'm looking for my finger dauber here. I'm gonna ink up these flowers here, and then in the middle where they're really white, I'm gonna rub a little bit of ink in there just to give them some color. And look at me, this is how I work. Everything is moving in. So I don't know about the rest of you, but you know, when I do collage, I like to have, when I start picking my pieces, and I really didn't do it this time. Well, actually, you know what? I don't think I need to darken that inside because it's already kind of a neutral color. It's not white. But look at that. Isn't that pretty with all that texture and layers of the cheesecloth and the all the stuff in the background. And a lot of that stuff in the background that I did, the stamping and the stenciling and all of that, you really don't see much of that now, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. We all know it's there, right? All right. I'm liking that a lot better now. So this is probably needs to be tacked down a little bit here. There. Now we're going to need a little word up here, I think. So let me find my words. Best day of my life. And I'm gonna, it's always the best day. I have new best days all the time. Whenever I can be creative and make something pretty and feel like I've accomplished something, that's always my new best day. And each day can be a new best day. Doesn't mean you just have to have one. Yeah. Tear this down. Now the other thing we could do if we really wanted to add more layers, we could put down another piece of fabric. We could put down a little bit of paper. Best day of my life until tomorrow. Best day of my life. I like it. Do I want to put anything behind it? I don't think I do. I think I want to just put this down the way it is. So this is the best day. I got it a little wonky on there, so let me see if I can straighten it out a little. There we go. Of my life. Now it's missing one thing, and that is some inking. I didn't count how many layers this was, but this is layer upon layer upon layer, and that like I said, it really reminds me of my mixed media days, because that's what we really focused on, was many, many, many different layers. I still do a little bit of mixed media. Not a lot, but I do a little bit of it. All right, so there we go. A fairly neutral background and a bright flower. I may play a little bit and add a couple more things to this, and if I do, I'll show you guys when I come back tomorrow. But there it is, day 10. And I know I pulled out my prompt list, but I've put so many things on my desk. There it is. And we're going to do layered. All right, there it is, folks. We've got stamps and stencils, ink, we've got paper, we've got fabric, we've got sewing, cheesecloth, an image. Got a lot of layers on there. And then the quote, a lot of layers on there, but I really like it. I like how the red pops off the page. All right, so that's it, layered. Until tomorrow when we do eclectic. Ooh, that'll be fun. Tomorrow's my husband's birthday, so I'll have to come up with something fun for that. So there it is, and I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.